Protests in Mohlakeng today by West Rand community members who say they're fed up with crime and illegal mining. Another of our reporters is joining us now live, Tondani Takalani. And Tondani, where you were, there was quite a bit happening in the last few moments. Tell us about it.
Well, Tambekile, community members have since moved from the other side of Mohlakeng to across the road, an informal settlement here known as Bundu Inn, which they believe has been harboring illegal miners. And over the last 20 minutes or so, like you mentioned, we witnessed community members destroying structures they believe belong to those Zamazamas. A few of them are standing right behind me as a fire rages on right behind us. But let me ask you guys, what prompted your move from the other side of Mohlakeng to this area?
We created tip off or so Zamazamas. So we went to the shack, and then after we that shack in Alamkoti inside, back to that shack, back at so, but again, maybe about an hour, but can't never get a mosheke, back at Mamkoti.
So you were not able to find any of them in this particular area?
No, I got a lot to understand, but we manage to reach some kuku because of Kuku house. If I kuku, but I'm a class house if kuku.
Was there an opening that gave you the idea that it's a mine shaft that they went under?
Yes, it was. There's a hole opening. They're going inside that hole. When they enter like it's a shack. But then inside the shack, there's a hole where they dig in the hole. That's why we had to bend that shack and close that hole.
Without necessarily discrediting your operation, right? There are concerns, though, that you may be targeting shacks that belong to ordinary South Africans like you and I. So how are you sure that the shacks that you target belong to those illegal miners?
We find things like the shovels that they're using when they're digging the holes. Then we find the overalls and the kneecaps and also the safes that they're using to save the soil. Because since morning we have been chasing them, so they have locked their shacks and they've run away. Yes.
I mean, we've been following you around for the best part of the day. We haven't necessarily noticed a large police presence here. So if you find these illegal miners, which you say you haven't, how do you then, what's the process of handing them over to authorities, or how do you deal with that when you find them?
What we did, we spoke to a Randfontein Station Commissioner. He failed us. Then we had to speak to the Commissioner of Police. Then during the day, there were helicopters and police presence. But now they are not there. We don't know where they have gone. But we are here risking our lives because after all, these people are the ones that come into our houses, raping our children, killing us. So we need them out of our place. We had to stand. I'm a woman, but I have to risk my life because I have girl children that I'm raising in my house.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, one of the things that we're interested in knowing is how long will this go on for? Even if it's today or going into the week as it unfolds, are you expanding your operation, or are you satisfied that while your operation has yielded some results?
Ke nagana ka operation ena re satisfied because batho ba re ba batlang a re ba kreye ba tswa mo ba docha bosigo ba tla ba le teng ba tlo ba terrorize mo Mohlakeng Bundu Inn and so forth.
Earlier on, there was a senior police official who engaged the community on the other side where you started your operation today, and he discouraged you from taking the law into your own hands, as he put it. Do you consider this taking the law into your own hands? I mean, why is it that you do not trust that authorities will deal with this issue that you say you faced with as a community?
Okay, ke nagana gore go itlela mola mo matsogong ke ntwe tlo re satisfy ja ka re le community because mapodisa ona re faila last re bone mapodisa a tsamale normally ba ke re ba etsang di Zamazama tse ba tsamale mapodisa ba ke re ba etsang ba ba fa tshotso gore ba defend wa ntlhaloganya.
You know, throughout the weekend, there was a 2-day imbizo in which ministers, including that of police, home affairs, provincial officials, including the premier and MECs, were present. granted that your community may not have been part of that imbizo, they did say that they were going to bring a structured solution to issues in this community. And yet, in the morning, we woke up to these operations going on. Is that, are you telling us then that you have no faith in what they said during those community engagements?
Granted, yes. They were here, and then the imbizo was here, and then now we don't even trust anymore. We don't trust anymore because we are at risk. The community itself, we are at risk. We have been shooting out. The Basutus are all over the place. We can't even go to a spaza. We can't even go outside. So we are doing this because now we have to take this upon our shoulders because the police are failing us. For instance, today, the police were here. We needed for them to accompany us, of which they failed to do that. We went by ourselves. We just go by the mountain, go and seek those people by ourselves. Whereas they were there in a group by the garage. We have to take it upon our shoulders to go and seek those people.
Thank you so much for your time. There you have it, Thembekile, a frustrated community who have lost trust in government officials, more especially the police, whom they say have failed to deal with crime issues related to illegal mining and miners in their area. And so, we suppose we're going to be following them around as their operation unfolds, going from one area to another into late in the afternoon. Hey, Thembekile.
Tondani Takalani, thank you very much for that update from Mohlakeng on the West Rand.